16. That's McGaw. Now McGaw's about 55 yards from goal. Oh, it's a bad kick. Goes off the side of his boot. Out on the Punt Road side of the ground. Chance here for Walsh of St Kilda. Get the left foot to it. Drives round the wing looking for Coffey. Finds Coffey. Coffey goes for the run. Drives down towards the half-forward line on the outer side of the ground. The pack rises there, and the mark has been taken out there by Stevenson of St Kilda. Stevenson's kick up towards the full forward zone, goes over the top of the pack. Here's a chance. Here's a chance for St Kilda. Oswald in possession, kicks, and it's through. It's a goal to Oswald. Well, that's 5 points the difference. 5 points the difference. And the score on our Queensbridge scoreboard at the moment. Richmond 8 goals, 12, 60 points. St Kilda 7 goals, 13, 55 points, 5 points the difference. And now Richmond will have to come back with one there because there's only 5 points the difference. It was good football by St Kilda on that occasion. Here's the bounce again, and the knock goes to St Kilda, but Richmond are in attack. Guy of St Kilda comes in, transfers play back to the centre of the ground, and nobody can mark it. There's a chance for McDonald on his own. He turns, eludes Stevenson, kicks into the man running in towards him. But now here's Simpson of Richmond, who drives down towards goal. Davies flies. Oh, he could have marked that one. Dunan and Feehan fight it out there on the boundary line on the outer side of the ground, about 10 yards from the point post. Richmond's point post, that is, and out of bounds and will be thrown in. There's 6. That's Dodd, the St Kilda Rover. There's the knockdown, and Davies clears for St Kilda, drives up towards the half-forward line on the grandstand side of the ground. Guy comes in, been a battler all day, but here's Swift of Richmond, turns, drives in towards the centre half-forward position, and Roberts comes through. Drives up towards the centre of the ground, and there's a free kick to St Kilda. It can't be anything else against Allsop. He certainly stopped Walton, but you can't come in that way. And now Walton plays on, drives out into the half-forward, onto St Kilda's half-forward line, round the neck to the St Kilda player Muir, but he drives down towards the full forward zone. Cousins comes in, gets the right foot to it, and now here's still a chance for Morrow. Minahan and Morrow get out for St Kilda to kick off the ground. It didn't travel, though, by Minahan, and I think umpire Swab is going to ball it up. 8 goals, 12, 60 points, Richmond. 7-13, 55, St Kilda. And here's the ball up about 50 yards from St Kilda's goal on the cricket grandstand side of the ground. And in the back, certainly must go to Allsop there against Jeans. There's a bad one for St Kilda to throw away there. On their half-forward line. Allsop's kick travels up towards the centre half-forward zone. Nobody can mark it, though. Big Jenkins gets the right foot to it and transfers it more into the centre half-forward position, more direct towards goal, and Morecambe takes the mark. Now Morecambe's well up. There's his kick. It travels well down. It's a good one. Dummett rises, and it's Dummett's mark. At the second clutch, Dummett gets the mark. Oh, only 15, 20 yards from goal, directly in front. Pulling up his socks. There he is, coming in now. And there it is. The goal umpire didn't move. 9 goals, 12. Richmond, 66 points. St Kilda, 7 goals, 13, 55 points on our Queensbridge scoreboard. And that's another goal to Dummett, and I make him 3. 3 goals to Dummett. And 3 also to Allsop of Richmond. Right, here's the bounce back in the centre of the ground. Big Jenkins it is, takes it out, just stands up and takes it virtually from his opponents. There's Morecambe in trouble. Here's a chance for Cupch to clear. He does, down the centre wing position. There's a chance for Mackenzie. Mackenzie can't do any good with it. Jeans handballs across. Jeans in possession, takes a handball from Minahan. But McDonald comes in for Richmond, going for the run. Oh, and doing it well, too, to the centre of the ground, and transfers it down to centre half forward, where Dummett comes out and takes a nice mark on the chest. 50 yards from goal. favouring the right foot kick. And here's Dummett not wasting any time. Kick travels towards goal. Won't quite make the distance. Comes to the ground and a chance for Cups to clear. Oh, it's a long run, but umpire Schwab let him go. He transferred play out into the outer side of the ground, nearly kicked it into punt road, and it'll be thrown in about 50 yards from goal. That's Richmond's goal. And there's Muir getting high, and end of St Kilda, transfers it out to Coffey. Coffey over to a teammate Dodds there, but Dodds loses it. Coffey's in it again, he's held. Coffey again, and it's Coffey who comes out and gets the kick. Transfers it down towards McIntyre on the half-forward flank. On St Kilda's half-forward flank on the outer side of the ground, but it goes out of bounds. Out there near the scoreboard. There's the throw. And the knock. Oh, Richmond player upset one of his teammates there, and here's a chance for Stevenson, but no, Stevenson can get the left foot to it. He does. Drives towards goal. Chance for Jeans here. But Flanagan of Richmond comes in. Oh, and that's not too good, but it's going to come off. Kicked right across goal and found his teammate out there. Dummett limping down there. McDonald takes the mark, though, for Richmond in their back pocket and transfers it up towards the centre wing position, and the mark is taken out there by St Kilda. Oh, and it's not a good kick. Travels in the direction of centre half forward, and the winger is allowed to go on his own. Simpson takes the mark at centre half forward, at centre half back for Richmond. Drives down just over the centre of the ground, and Guy, first to retrieve himself, you could say, from the pack, turns, drives down towards centre half forward, and Allsop's caught in possession here. But I think umpire Schwab's going to ball it up. Umpire Schwab going to ball this one up just over the centre of the ground, almost to St Kilda's centre half forward line. Here's a chance for Oswald, new player from the Ovens Valley. Drives down towards Young. Young's hold, but he does it well. Kicks towards goal. Won't quite make the distance. But here's Young in it again. Turns cleverly on the line. Kicks towards goal. And I'm not sure whether the boundary umpire signalled. Yes, Eric Welsh up here on the top of the St Kilda Cricket Club stand. He saw that one. I was looking towards the goal where the ball travelled, but the boundary umpire, had signalled out of bounds. Being thrown in right near the point post. Saddington gets up there. Chance for Stevenson, but a kick off the ground by Richmond. It's anybody's yet, and umpire Schwab's going to ball this one up. Only 20 yards from St Kilda's goal. Knocked to Richmond. Allsop ran into trouble there. Ran into trouble, and it's going to... St Kilda held him too long, and the free kick goes to Allsop about 20 yards from St Kilda's goal. Well, they've thrown a couple away, and they've both been penalties to Allsop. Allsop's kick travels up towards the half-forward line for St Kilda. Little Minahan comes in. Drives down towards the forward pocket. Oh! And it bounced off Morrow's chest. It was an easy one, too, and it splashed all over him. Now here's a chance for Muir of St Kilda, but no good. Clifford comes in, turns cleverly, handballs across and gets it back again. Now he's in the centre of the ground. Drives down towards full forward, and a lovely mark taken there for St Kilda, this time by Roberts. Roberts it is at centre half back for St Kilda. Oh, and the mark take from that kick, not a good kick, taken by Morris on the centre wing position on the outer side of the ground. Now here's a lead from Dummett. Over his head, though. And now it's in the forward pocket on the ground. A chance for Dummett again. He's held, though, and he's holding the ball, and I think it goes against him. Yes, against Dummett to Cupch. Cupch of St Kilda, former Collingwood player. This time it's not a bad kick into the wind. Pack rises, Morris playing it on in front of him. And here's a shot at goal by Richmond, and it's through. I think it was Branton. Branton it was. 9 goals, 12 Richmond. I think it's 9. No, it's 10 goals, 12 Richmond. 72 points. 7 goals, 13, 55 points. St Kilda on our Queensbridge scoreboard. Now this wind has freshened and it's blowing more directly down the ground, and St Kilda have got the job in front of them. The knock out in the direction of McIntyre. McIntyre turns though and handballs it to Coffey. Coffey transfers it back down towards the half-forward line, but Ward comes out for Richmond, drives back down to their half-forward line. Walsh misses the mark, a chance for Dunnan. Oh, he dropped it, but it looked a little like a punch. Good football there by Morris, transfers it to Branton, and Branton's kicked to Dummett. Dummett about 45 yards out, directly in front of goal, not wasting any time. There's his kick. This is close. Only a point, though. 10 goals, 13 Richmond. 7 goals, 13 St Kilda. Well, there you are. 3 straight goals the difference. 10-13, 73 points Richmond. 7 goals, 13, 55 points St Kilda. And that wind up on top of this stand is getting very fresh. Strongest it's been all day, I would say. And now Roberts has gone back to full back, and he kicks off there. I just haven't picked up where Davies is at the moment. There's handball by Walsh. Allows Richmond to come in, and it's Branton in possession again. Handballs across to Jenkins, and Jenkins steadies, kicks towards goal, but, well, kicks at goal. He was only 15 yards away, and it's 1 point. Well, there we are. Davies gone onto a half-back flank, and Roberts has gone into full back. 10 goals, 14, 74 points Richmond, 7 goals, 13, 55 points St Kilda on our Queensbridge scoreboard. Now, that's not a very good kick. Travels in the direction of centre-half forward. Morris comes in, drives towards goal, but it's only a point again. 10-15 Richmond, 7-13 St Kilda. 3 goals, 2, and I would say it's all over as far as St Kilda are concerned. Now Roberts tries the punt again, and it's another bad kick. Another bad kick, and Morris takes the mark in front of Walton of St Kilda, 40 yards from goal, directly in front. Here's Morris's kick. Oh, it's not a good one. Dropped short. Dummett missed it on the chest, but I think umpire Schwab is paying a free kick, and the free kick is going to I think it's Anand. I think it's Anand of St Kilda. Number 20, I'm sure it is. This lad shows a lot of promise. Drives out onto the half-forward line on the outer side of the ground. Dodds chasing that ball to the boundary, number 6, but couldn't get there in time. Now there you are. Number 8 is Morrow. There's the knockdown. Chance here. Oh, Cups did that well, and a lovely shot. Oh, but it's gone too far. It looked as though Dummett had hooked that one very nicely, but it went too far, and only 1 point. And now it's 10 goals, 16, 76 points. Richmond, 7 goals, 13, 55 points on our St Kilda on our Queensbridge scoreboard. 21 points the difference. Oh, and there's a good mark taken for St Kilda by Coffey out there. He transfers it down onto St Kilda's half-forward line, where McIntyre and Clifford out there fight it out, but it's out of bounds on St Kilda's half-forward line. Still a long way from home, though. And the McIntyre fighting that one out, but couldn't do. Oh, and I think McIntyre's going to get the free kick out of it anyway. Coffey talking to him. Yes, McIntyre limping there too. Gets the free kick. And, oh, almost a mark to Dodds, but play on. Oh, and the free kick is going to Walsall. Branton. Dodds must have interfered there. There's the kick. Walsh of St Kilda comes in, transfers it back in the direction of St Kilda's half-forward line, but McDonald is there and takes the mark cleanly over his smaller St Kilda opponent. Now transfers it down towards centre half-forward for Richmond. Here's Guy battling in. Oh, Guy and Cups, they really ran right over that Richmond player. Very close to the boundary line. Minahan can't pick it up. Davies gets a knock. And here's Allsop running into an open goal. Kicks towards goal. Big Jenkins comes in, and it's another goal to Richmond. Another goal to Richmond. And that's it. St Kilda's 19th man is on. I would imagine McIntyre has gone off after that bit of a knock on the half-forward flank on the outer side of the ground there a little while ago. 11-16 Richmond, 82 points, 7 goals, 13, 55 points, St Kilda. Andrews is on a half-forward flank for St Kilda. Now they're having, the ball is on its way back. Jenkins kicked that one out into the park, I think. Now there are trainers rushing out backwards and forwards. Guy in the hands of the trainers. A message possibly there. Oh no, McDonald is... no, a message to McDonald of Richmond. And here we are in the centre of the ground still. And it's Mackenzie of Richmond who transfers it back towards the full forward line. It's on its way out towards the boundary line. Little Allsop was in possession at one stage but lost it, and umpire Schwab has decided to bounce it up in the forward pocket at Richmond's end. And I think he's going to ball it up again. As Swift of Richmond in possession, but the ball was being held on to. And St Kilda have cleared there, not to any great advantage. The ball is still in the forward pocket, right in front of the, almost in front of the race where the players come out, about 50 yards from Richmond's goal. Kick off the ground by St Kilda. And here's little Minahan coming in, drives down towards St Kilda's half-forward line, goes over the top of the pack, and Flanagan, who substituted, I would say, for Roy Wright today, who's not playing for Richmond, comes in and transfers it up into the centre of the ground, and there's a little bit of a blue on. Morris took a pretty stiff knock there, but it was a fair bump. They both felt it as much as one another. And there are the boys sorting one another out. Umpire Schwab trying to restore order. Morrow it was. Morrow's not too well. And it's Morrow who is to get the kick. No, it's not Morrow. Morrow's brushed the trainers away in any case. There he is, solid as a rock. And now here we are, St Kilda in attack on their half-forward line, and a lovely mark for St Kilda taken by Stevenson. Left foot kick, drives down towards the full forward zone, and the free kick will go against Bill Young, and Cousins of Richmond, their full back, to take the kick.
Mulrooney is also on for St Kilda.
And Mulrooney has come on for St Kilda too. Now Cousins drives out onto the outer side of the ground, centre wing position. Everybody trying to do something with it, but it stacks on the mill, and Umpire Schwab decides on a ball up. There's the knock by Morrow. And St Kilda drive out towards their half-forward line on the stand side of the ground. I don't think Minahan could see that. He's looking into the sun. And Richmond, through Simpson, their winger, drive out onto their centre wing position in front of the football stand. Now here's the throw-in. Allsop in possession. Could lose it, and it's going against Allsop this time. And the kick will go to Fian, the tall ruckman, the stand side of the ground, the centre wing position, drives down towards the half-forward line, and Stevenson comes in and takes another nice mark. Now he drives down towards the forward pocket, and it goes out of bounds, about 10 yards from the behind post, before Muir, the tall St Kilda ruckman, can get anywhere near it. By Morrow, Bill Young in possession, turns, drives towards goal. It's an open goal too, and it's a lovely goal. It bounced through. A lovely shot by Bill Young, and Stevenson shepherded beautifully, and it's another goal to St Kilda. 11-16, 82 points, Richmond, to 8 goals, 13, 61 points St Kilda on our Queensbridge scoreboard, and they've been playing for 22 minutes. Handball there by Muir, and St Kilda are in attack again, and the mark down there in front of goal is taken by Oswald. Lance Oswald from the Ovens Valley, about 30 yards from goal, directly in front, shoots at goal, and only 1 point. 8 goals, 14, 62 points. St Kilda trailing Richmond, 11 goals, 16, 82 points. 20 points the difference in the dying moments of this game. 11-16, 82 Richmond, 8-14, 62 St Kilda. And there's Cousins' kick going straight up the centre of the ground. A chance for Mackenzie. Mackenzie handballs across to Branton. Branton drives down towards centre half forward. On a lovely mark out there is taken by Allsop. Pete Walsh on that occasion. Now I would say Allsop. Well, there's a lead by Dummett, but Allsop's going for the long kick. No, he's not. There's the short pass, and it was a good one too. And he finds his teammate over there. 16 it is. That's McGaw. A little bit out of position. He's been playing on the wing. He's down in the forward pocket. There's McGaw's kick. Not a good one. And it's out of bounds on the Punt Road side of the ground. 4 yards from the behind post. Well, not even that. 24 minutes we've been playing now, Brian, I suppose?
Yes, sir.
And here's a chance as Morris comes in, but he overruns it. Good football there. As Swift it was, comes in, has a shot at goal, but it's only a point. 1 point only. And I think it's still Roberts. Roberts the punt kick. This one has travelled a fair distance. Nobody can mark it. Chance here for Walsh, but it's Coffey of St Kilda who picks up. Transfers down, I think, to Mulrooney on the half-forward flank. He drives down towards the forward pocket. The pack rise. Nobody can mark it, though, and McDonald of Richmond will clear. Drives out onto the St Kilda's half-forward line. That's Richmond's half-back line on the outer side of the ground, the Punt Road side, where it goes out of bounds. And here's the knock. Mulrooney a chance, but it's out of bounds, right in front of the scoreboard this time. Here's the throw in. Behan got the knock, but Richmond are away. They transfer it back into the centre of the ground. Guy can't get to it. Cups tries to handball out to Minahan, gets it over the top of the head. Minahan playing on, came back to him. He didn't have it, and then all of a sudden he did. Bill Young transfers to Jeans. Jeans shoots the goal, and it's a goal to St Kilda. 9-14 St Kilda, 11-17 Richmond on our Queensbridge scoreboard. 2 goals, 3 the difference. But I would say we're now into the time on period.
26 minutes.
26 minutes we've been playing, and I don't think there's any chance that St Kilda can get up and win it from here. There's the bounce back in the centre. And St Kilda are going into attack again. Minahan chasing this one out towards the half-forward line on the grandstand side, Jeans it rather. Transfers it down to the forward pocket, but there's nobody home for St Kilda. Richmond drive back to the centre wing position, and Simpson comes in for Richmond. Drives down towards centre half forward. Simpson was pushed in the back after he'd kicked, and the free kick will go to Swift at centre half forward for Richmond. 65 yards out from goal. It's a long way. Even though he has got a following breeze behind him, I doubt whether Swift can get the distance with this one. Kicks into the man on the mark, who's Guy. And here's a chance for Anand of St Kilda to come out. Gets the right foot to it, drives back towards the centre of the ground, where the mark is taken by Dunnan of Richmond. Right in the centre of the ground, right in the circle. There's his kick. Oh, it's a good one too. Travels down to full forward, and the mark taken down there by Maloney, who's come on, I think, as 20th man for St Kilda. His kick is a bad one. Chance for Minahan. Ooh, Jenkins came in there. Minahan's decided that discretion was the best part of Vella. But from the kick, St Kilda transferred it up onto the centre wing position where McDonald came in for Richmond and took an easy mark. That's a lovely kick by McDonald. Travels down towards the half-forward line, and it's the man in front, Neil Roberts of St Kilda. His kick is a bad one. Finds Feenan, but Feenan loses it. Handball to Langridge. Langridge towards Mulrooney. Mulrooney is caught there. Maloney, rather. Maloney is caught there, and umpire Schwab decides to ball it up. Les the knock to Dunan. Ball on the ground. Handball by Dunan. Guy came in. Knocked it a fair way. But Langridge comes back for Richmond, drives back towards their forward pocket, right in front of the grandstand, about 30 yards from goal, where it goes out of bounds. Any moment now, I would say the siren. Hasn't been a particularly great amount of time off. Now Richmond have sent their 19th man on. I just can't pick him up at the moment. But he'll get a kick, very nearly holding the ball against St Kilda there. Hafey. Tom Hafey has come on for Richmond. And he's got the kick, I think. Tom Hafey comes... No, he's got to hand it across to a teammate. He looked like getting first kick within a moment of being on. But it's Branton. It's Branton. Ron Branton, right in front of the race. Oh, it's a lovely kick too. Travels down to the goal square. Pack rise. And it's play on, I think. Richmond claimed the mark, but play on there as Davies came in and transferred it back onto their half-back line, right in front of the race, where it'll be thrown in. There's little Minahan pulling up his socks for St Kilda. Branton, number 29 of Richmond. Saddington in possession. I think it's going to be balled up. Balled up on Richmond's half-forward line on the grandstand side of the ground. Guy in possession. I think Guy will get the free kick. They've had 5 minutes time on, Brian. Well, any moment, I would say. Guy's kick travels just over the centre of the ground. Stevenson handballs there. And now here's a chance for Stevenson again. Gets the kick just as the siren rings. As the siren sounds. Well, there we are. Richmond the winners. 11 goals, 17. 83 points. To St Kilda, 9 goals, 14. 68 points. A win by 15 points to Richmond. There's no doubt about it. They were the better side on the day. I was surprised. I didn't notice that there was anything wrong with Roy Wright by this morning's papers, but Roy Wright did not play. He was in the selected side, and Flanagan took his place and did a particularly good job, particularly early in the first half. It wasn't so noticeable in that second half, but he did a very good job in the first half. Now, I would say that the player that St Kilda are missing is definitely Brian Gleeson. They appeared to be a side that really wanted a player who could take a field mark, take a mark in various points of the ground.